doing today? Just a real quick video. I'm going to be discussing now that I'm a couple weeks into the full version of Final Cut Pro 10. That's what I decided to go with over the HitFilm 3 for reasons I discussed in my comparison video. But I have run into a issue where HitFilm probably would have worked out better, but it's only one issue. Anyway, with Final Cut Pro, if you want to do like motion tracking, compositing and motion tracking, you can't do it in the base Final Cut Pro. Well, you can do it. It's just gonna not be optimal. You can do keyframing for an image you've added in or a special effect you've added in, but when it comes to keeping something steady, like I want to add this cup in and I want it to stay steady, keyframing is tough. Well, at least when you're an amateur, it kind of does this the whole time. I'm making a short film trying it out, and I had to add a smoke plume in. So I add the smoke plume in. Chroma key on Final Cut Pro is incredible. It's awesome. I thought iMovie chroma key was good. Final Cut Pro is even better. So anyway, you have to keyframe the smoke plume into place, let's just say. And now it doesn't do 3D tracking, it doesn't do perspective tracking, it's just that thing just sitting there, which was okay. I could not get that thing to be steady. I kept trying and trying and trying and trying, and I could not get that thing to stay steady. So I went searching. I thought maybe Motion 5 would work. I could do compositing with Motion 5. But it appears that Motion 5 doesn't do it that well either. So I went looking for something that did motion tracking, and I found TrackX and SliceX made by a company called Coremelt. And this is an incredible piece of software. There's a lot of tutorials and reviews on it out there, so feel free to check that out. But I'll show you. This is what it looks. The fire I did looks like with TrackX. So here's a little sample of it. I mean, not bad for an amateur, and it took me literally 5 minutes to do that. To put the green screen part in, chroma key it, and add it, and put a little explosion sound, and it looks pretty good, you know, for an amateur. But now with HitFilm 3, Mocha, which is the program, is included in HitFilm 3. So for the $2.99, you would have got it. I had to spend an extra $150 to get Mocha, TrackX, SliceX. So, you know, am I unhappy with that? Not really. And I'll tell you why. Because the core editing of Final Cut Pro, to me, is really great. The color correction, color grading is super simple, easy to do with the aforementioned scopes from the other video. Also, there's a lot of presets out there for it. It's a lot of fun to play with. And just the basic editing is a lot easier with Final Cut Pro, in my opinion. If you're coming from Adobe Elements, HitFilm 3 may seem pretty good, actually, as far as like to transition into. To me, it was overwhelming. There was a lot of little things you could do with it. I mean, Final Cut Pro is overwhelming. There's so much stuff in there that I don't even know what it can do. I learn a little bit more every day. But it seemed like HitFilm 3 was super overwhelming and just not as intuitive. So, am I unhappy with my spending the extra $150? Well, I'm not happy about that. But the overall program, it's a great program. So, if you're used to iMovie, Final Cut Pro is definitely a great choice. If you're used to Adobe Elements, then HitFilm would probably be a great choice. If you have a Mac, Final Cut Pro is still a great choice. Everybody's saying it's not a professional editor, and I'm sure it's not. But let me tell you what, I've got, let's see, $299 I've got $450 into my editor, you know, which sounds like a lot of money, but compared to, you know, $40 a month for Adobe CC, that's you know, not bad, and Apple updates their system frequently, so it works great for me. But anyway, I just want to give you an update on that and let you know where I was at with Final Cut Pro or HitFilm 3. I did go with the Final Cut Pro, and I'm very happy with it. And if you want to check out a really great tracking program, a really great compositing program for doing motion tracking, TrackX and SliceX. Really, really great. So as I add stuff to my Final Cut Pro, I'll let you know what I add and whether I like it and whether it's worth it. For $150 for the 2-pack, I think it's a good deal for what it does. And as I get more into special effects and different things like that and just adding things into my video, I'm sure TrackX and SliceX are going to become very, very usable for me. As far as SliceX is, if you want to isolate an area and track color, like if you just want to track somebody's lips or eyes and you want to just do the color on their eyes and that's it, and track it through a scene, you can do it without blowing out your entire color on your picture. You just want to pop the eyes. You can do that with SliceX. So it's very cool having that option to do that. Anyway, it's running a little long here on the video, so I'm going to let you go. And you all have a great day. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. And I will leave a link to Coremelt. And I will also leave a link to HitFilm 3 if anybody wants to check that out. So, alrighty. You all have a great day. And we'll see you soon.